representative, and he's going to be our first speaker, and he'll introduce the speeches.
Thank you, Mrs. Agney. For those of you who either missed the elections last year, or don't remember how the elections went, or for those of you this is your first year attending, I'm going to go through the election process that we're going to do today. In just a few minutes, you're going to hear speeches from all your candidates. And I recommend you pay close attention to these, so this is how you're going to know who to vote for at lunch. After all the speeches are over, we'll begin school as usual. You have 2 periods before lunch in order to think about who you're going to vote for. We'll have a table set up, as you guys might have saw out in the front room, and at the end of lunch, we're going to have our vote. You are not required to vote, but I strongly recommend that you do. We will then have an anonymous person count the ballot and to figure out who won. The reason we're keeping the person anonymous is that we don't want our candidates or anybody else going around asking who won early. All right, we're going to end classes 5 minutes early, and then we're going to have everybody meet back in here, and we'll announce who our president is. Although I think everyone up here that's about ready to talk is already a winner. I know that sounds kind of silly, but it takes a lot of courage for you to stand up here and talk in front of everybody. So I think they're all doing great already. With no further ado, I'd like to introduce your first candidate. Last year, Mr. Burton encouraged all the girls to run because all 4 of our candidates were guys. This year we have 2 girls running, and as you know, we abide by the ladies first rule. So first, your first candidate, I now have the pleasure of introducing, is Ms. Kylie Hansen.
Hi, my name is Kylie Hansen, and I'm running for president because I think I can make a difference. How can I make a difference? Have more theme-based and field trips. I will listen to your concerns and ideas, help people to get along, and make the school year fun. You should pick me for president because I'm a good leader, I care about people, and I want to help them. I'm responsible but love to have fun too. Vote for me for president. Thank you.
Up next, we have Ms. Justice from Paddle.
Here at school, you might think that school is for fun, and it is, but that's not all. You also need to think about what you're learning. I can't promise that I'm going to be perfect, but I'll try my best. Respect one another and you'll have a good and fun time. That's how it's going to be good for you. And I think you should vote for me because I would like to make a difference for our school.
Now we have Mr. Luke Henson.
Let's face it, sometimes saying, I hope so, just doesn't cut it. With your help, we can make the new place a better place. These are some of the things I'll do when I'm elected. I would like to buy new playground equipment. Imagine, new scooters, new chalk. New scooters, new obstacle courses, new chalk. And all the strings are pulled by an executive branch who knows what we need or want. If we work hard, we might even raise enough money to buy a tetherball. And we can also buy books for classrooms. Books are great educational tools, and for a bonus, they are a lot of fun to read. We can buy labeled bins for teachers to organize their papers. They do a lot for us, so let's take a stand and do something for them. Another idea is a Secret Santa project. If you don't know what that is, I think it would be more fun if I kept that a secret until December. Also, I think we should give bags of food to people who are less fortunate than us. Which brings us to the question, how do we raise all this money? We can sell delicious baked goods with cooks like Dustin. It's a success. I will do all the red tape and business work myself. That fundraiser could definitely raise enough for our purposes. I also have ideas for cleanup projects all over Aurora. As they say, volunteering works. As president of the Seven Hills Option Center, I will give the school a say. Just like last year, my runner-up will be vice president, and third place will be my personal advisor. Remember my campaign slogan, let's make the new place a better place.
All right, finally we have my vice president, Kayla Booth.
Hello, to those who don't know me, my name is Caleb Reeder. I think I would make a good president for our school. Currently, I'm the vice president of our school because our current president, Dustin Bishop, said that I was what he was looking for as his vice president. We have a great school with so many great students and teachers, but none of this would have started if it wasn't for our coordinator and principal. So I thank them for what they have done for us. We need a lot of things, but I have chosen what is most needed. First comes extinguishing bullying and littering. Then comes for the students to obey all who are in charge of them. And then last but not least comes for us to have a good education. Without education, we can't have jobs. Without jobs, we can't afford to live as we all should. So I ask all the students to do our best to learn all you can. Now we might have things that we want for our school. I thought of a couple of things. First comes a school newspaper. Then comes Lego Club. A lot of people like Legos, so I shall do my best to start that. Now I want you to know what I want for our school. First, I want everyone to respect each other as if they were respecting themselves. Then I want everyone to just have fun. I don't want you to think of school as boring. I want you to think of school as a very fun place because that is what it is. I promise that I will do my best as your president. I will also set a good example for all of you, and I hope you vote for me. Thank you, and God bless America. And now, without further ado, our President, Dustin Bishop.
Once again, I'm in shock about how great all my fellow candidates' speeches came out. You all did amazing. It has been an honor to have been elected your first school president. In my first term in office of our school government, we passed 4 bills and 8 amendments. These bills include everything from a school flag, which I hope to reveal to you all later this year, and theme days for this year. The amendments that we passed focus on fixing the minor flaws in our Constitution, such as now the Vice President has the power to break ties in the House instead of the President. As you may have noticed, we moved Election Day from January to the 6th week of school. Overall, our representatives did an outstanding job as the first Congress of our school. And as for our Speaker of the House, which for those of you who don't know is Sean Alger, he did an amazing job taking votes for all the bills and amendments that were passed in the House. There's one more group of people that I can't say anything but good about. These 2 young men earned my respect during their campaign speeches in the last election. So much, in fact, that I asked them both to become part of my executive branch. I don't think I'll ever forget when I asked Caleb Reeder to be my vice president. It was in the middle of class. I was planning on waiting until we could do it in front of everybody. but that didn't happen. So I asked him in the middle of class with teacher's approval, of course. And then, right after class was over, I started looking for who I'd call my first caddy for me, Mr. Luke Hensley. Luke, although Luke is only in 4th grade, right, Luke? He always had great, he always had helpful input every bill and amendment before I signed it. These two young men made my first term extraordinary. And now for the question everyone has been asking me for weeks. Am I going to run for a second term?
Yeah.
This question has taken a lot of thought. There are a lot of good things that come with being president. But the question I had for myself was why I was running. Honestly, I couldn't give myself an answer. 2 weeks ago, I finally felt comfortable with my decision. I'm proud to announce that I will not be running for a second term. However, I'm also proud to announce that I am planning on running to become class representative for what I consider the best class in all of the school.
Okay.
I'm going to run for class representative for the kindergarten class.
Sarah's like,
I want to thank all the students for electing me as their first school president. I want to thank Mrs. Egley for helping me put all these elections together. And a big thank you is in order to all the parents who came to support all the students at our school. Most importantly, I want to thank my mom, Ms. Bishop. Because without her, our school would not be here. Sometimes we forget just how much work goes into running a school. And thanks to my mom, I've heard from a few different people, but our school is the best site available as of now. This is not a shock. Our school has always felt more like a family than a school. This is my 10th and final year as a student at this school, but don't think it'll get rid of me that easy. I'm planning on visiting often, and again, I would like to thank you all for coming out to support our students. Thank you.
Well, I, again, am very, very proud of all of these young people for just, it does take bravery to stand up here and talk to a group of people, and they did a great job. So I'm very proud of you guys. Thank you all for coming, and we will now go to our first period class, and I guess we're just